Hello, leg 4. We are back. Coming to you from the sunshine. This morning it is gorgeous here, and we are embarking on the next leg of our journey, which is without a doubt has the most potential to be the most meaningful and memorable of this entire experience. So we've been walking through a lot of pretty guided, structured bits so far in just the last day. And today we have this big chunk of time between sessions, and it's really up to you. And I understand, and we're all busy, and we can kind of take the time that we want. I deeply encourage you to take the time that's been carved out and participate with all of your heart in this activity. Leg 4 is paddle, 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 rekindling intimacy with who I really am. It's an opportunity to the idea that I've come up with, and what's worked for me beautifully in the past, is to really spend time, kind of leading up what we've talked about, is this idea that when I am consistently evaluating my need and the things that are important to me and the ways I'm making decisions based on the ways those impact and take away from or come into relationship with the other areas of my life, which of course we all have to do, that's life. When we're only doing that, a lot is missed. If we are only watering a big garden of plants and we're just throwing water out there, if we have 5 children and we are providing them all with the exact same thing consistently, we are missing out on sacred, tiny, hugely meaningful bits of individual needs, specific need in our lives, in the lives of the plants. What kind of food, what kind of nutrients, how much water does that plant need? They are going to thrive when we meet their needs individually. We're not going to know those needs individually unless we sit with a book, research online, go to a class, figure out what is the need of this specific banana plant. What is the need of a carrot growing in my vegetable garden? Specifically, when we do that, when we've devoted the time, every time we see a carrot growing, we say, okay, I know exactly how to meet that need. I know how to nurture that plant, that crop, exactly how it's needed. When I really sit and have one-on-one time. This started from the concept kind of in family therapy as well, around taking kids on individual one-on-one dates when we have more than one kid. I do it a lot with my son, even though he's just a one. We individually get to figure out who that kid is. What does he need? What does he want? When we spend one-on-one quality, undistracted time, we know, we build trust, we build relationships. So then when my kid's crying, I can say, that's my kid, he's crying probably because the girl he just professed his love to at school said, no, you're not my crush. That happened yesterday. So there is an opportunity today, okay? So paddle, paddle, paddle is the work. I put it in paddle, paddle, paddle because it's the work, I think the hardest work, because it really requires focus and attention. What we're gonna do is we are gonna pretend like we are dating individually and uniquely. I ask you to consider spending at least a half an hour setting a timer. You can spend an hour, you can spend 20 minutes, you can spend 2 hours. I don't know if we have enough time for you to spend 2 hours. Probably not. I'd say half an hour to an hour is probably about good. To sit with a list of actual date questions that are generated off of, that I compiled for actual dates. And I want you to take all 4 of your surfboards, taking into consideration your value sheet, taking into consideration the roles and commitments that you play there. And I want you to take them to plan, prepare, and put on an intimate one-on-one date. For anyone who watches Bachelor, a one-on-one time. Okay, we have that guy is dating a lot of people, and they pick one at a time to take on a one-on-one date. That's where the magic happens. You're welcome for the Bachelor reference. I apologize at the same time. Taking our dates, plan something fun. Okay, so in envisioning this and like setting up a little table with a candle and putting on some Latin music and kind of setting up the scene, being very aware of that, creating a funny, silly memory, putting on a silly outfit, having this set up a scene that is memorable and different and unique for you. Go someplace, do a thing, sit down only with your social life, okay? So what we're getting at here is how when we hear, trust, and know each one of those needs. The story for me of how this kind of resonated was more recently in my life. I was going back and forth where I knew I had to commit a bunch of stuff to a work project I was working on for my business, and I was at a place a while back where I was looking at dating and adding in building relationship and connection and pursuing that area of my life. And I was frozen solid in both of them because I was feeling like every single time I tried to go something for dating, that was an abandonment of my work and commitment to One Wildlife Design. Every single time that I was working, which I really at the end of the day kind of wanted to be doing all night on my work project that I needed to submit, it was another Friday night where I was sitting at my office at home working, and I was frozen. So then I just kind of like actually ended up watching a whole season of Bachelorette because I kind of couldn't engage in either one because I wasn't getting really clear about what my heart needed in relationships, and I wasn't really getting clear about what my commitment to my work needed at this moment in time. So then what was happening was I was recognizing that I was pitting them against each other. I was saying, well, I can't really pour myself into work because it takes me away from dating. And if I really go into dating, I'm going to abandon my work. And those things were becoming so confused in my head that I was freezing and doing none of them. I wasn't doing either of the things that were hugely important to me. And you add in, that can be a series of combinations of, for me, adding in family life into that. So this is an opportunity. And then I paused and I had a conversation with a friend who was like, I feel like you just kind of only, not because you have work on your hands, and she said, not because you have work on your hands, not because you have stay, not any of the reasons. I feel like maybe your heart is just telling you need a date from dating. Having nothing to do. She said, Angie, I know you. You'll come up with the time. You'll find the time to do all the things that matter to you. I think what's happening is you're having ambiguity around what matters to you. And when you really look at dating, do you want to date right now? And I was like, I think my heart needs a break. She was like, yeah. And immediately it just freed up the energy that was stuck for me. It released everything, right? So that I've seen happen in many lives. I think when we can really get clear about this is this need. So in dating, I need a break for them. Maybe I need a 2-month break. So I'm giving that and meeting that need. And then within these different levels of or areas of my life, I'm committed, right? I'm committed to the very unique 2 or 3 things that my occupational, that my family life told me I needed. As a mom, this is what I need right now. So if I'm doing that, then my mom box is really getting checked, not a lot of times, but very well and intentionally and with integrity to really what is speaking like the love language of that area of my life, right? So lots to think about. I really believe your brain is gonna store this all if you make it fun, okay? You're gonna look back at a memory of you doing something silly, playing Twister on the floor with your financial life, having a margarita, having a cup of tea with your family life, creating a funny scene and make it very, very uniquely different, or a fun scene or an intimate scene. Make it very, very different, wear something different, switch it up for all 4 of them. And we wanna send pictures. You can send pictures I'll send you updates on this, but you can send pictures in the WhatsApp group. We wanna see pictures of dates. We wanna share in this together and get really creative and then share. And bonus points for having the most creative date. And I hope this is a fun opportunity. So I really want you to commit. If you have any questions about kind of weeding these things out or what this means, I think and hope it'll really resonate for you. This is the hard work. This is the work that really matters because we're putting in the grit. Last story here. I share in this paddle intro that this moment where these fun kind of laid back Pura Vida surf instructors just start screaming at us, and they're fun and they're like, everything's good, you got this, woohoo! And then all of a sudden the wave comes and we all know and we choose it and we say, this is it, this is this, and then all of a sudden it's like paddle, 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 paddle. You're just like, what the hell? They get mean, and they are doing that because what's come to me in doing this more spiritual work around surfing. This is what the ocean does. The ocean says, I am here, I'm going to support you, I'm going to move you, the momentum is going. The ocean also says, if you are not already in motion, by the time that the wave comes, by the time I find you and I am ready for you, if I do not see you paddling, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna pass you right by. And every surf instructor who's been doing this their whole life and lived in Costa Rica knows we have to be found paddling. This is you guys paddling. We have to literally, if I am not paddling, the wave is coming, if I'm not paddling with it as it wants to take me, it passes me by. All I gotta do is be paddling. If I'm paddling, it sees me, says, oh, she wants to go this way. I'm gonna support her, I'm gonna help her, I'm gonna be here for you. That is what I believe the universe does when it finds us paddling. This is our paddle, you guys. Put in the effort. Screaming at you like a hard ass, no bullshit coach right now. And I'm saying, this is the chance, it's a day. I know all of you, and I know these days are hard to come by. So take it and enjoy and have fun and laugh a little, and we will see you this afternoon to talk about it. Okay, bye.